Hello, 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 and welcome to Word by the Way. I just want to stop by to have a short conversation with you. I haven't had that in a while, but today I was impressed upon me to go to the theater. So I saw a movie with one of my favorite actresses, Diane Lane. So whenever she does a movie, I really take it seriously. Anyway, the name of the movie that I saw today, I think it came out today, was Anniversary. Anniversary. That was the title of the movie. And I just happened to catch her interview on CBS this morning. Just found out about it and was so inclined to just take the day and go to the movies, to the theater. So I caught a matinee. It's more economical. To me, there's still nothing like the experience of sitting in the theater, experiencing a movie in surround sound on big screen. I know people love their phones. They love sitting at home, whatever, but nothing matches being in the theater, that experience. And needless to say, on day one at the theater, I was the only one in the theater. So I didn't care. I wanted to see the movie. And here goes my Siskel and Ebert review or take on the movie, my 2 cents worth on the movie Anniversary. First of all, it's classified as a thriller, a suspense movie. But Diane Lane described it as a horror movie, and I personally don't like horror movies. I don't like horror movies, point blank, period. But she was on point in describing this as a horror movie. So why did I go? Because in brief, the horror of it was because there was so much truth in it. It had some gore, but it did not compare to the horror of knowing that this situation is only a hair's breadth away and could happen to anyone. Now, at first I thought it was just a political sci-fi, what if technology changed and our politics changed. That's what it started out as being, people disagreeing about politics over the dinner table, family and guests. But the ending of it was so much more in that the disagreements that were in times past slight or minor or just personal inconveniences and hurt feelings, with the advancement of technology and not even artificial intelligence, just humanity, the intelligence of humanity was, and how it's used was horrifying. And I'm not going to give away the ending, but just think of the advances the luxury that we used to have back in the day of growing up in a world that had dangers. However, we had privacy to make mistakes and not have it plastered all over media, not have our personality shaped by likes and dislikes, not have our opinions weaponized and used against us. Whoever disagree, we get our monetary disciplines, jail time, imprisonment, public shame, the walk of shame of pulling up our old text or old emails or past indiscretions about our thoughts. We were allowed to mature and make mistakes and move on from our mistakes and grow. When we knew better, we did better. However, with the way societal communication is going, communication is being more and more weaponized, and we're being more and more pushed to isolation, and we're making decisions out of emotional decision instead of, let's say, emotional integrity or moral integrity or mental acuity or wit or humor or just genius, whatever our bent is, the way we were designed by God, is more and more being discounted to be pushed into silos, into being agreeable or not agreeable with a certain sect, a certain party, a certain opinion. And with the push of a button, your thoughts, your life, your opinion, your personality, life can be weaponized against you to the point of a push of a button. Now, there's a reason why billions and billions of dollars are being spent to build data centers to hold more and more and more data, in that we're being concerned about artificial intelligence and the storage of data on computers and information being reduced to algorithms, and we're isolated from our connections, even though we have millions of viewers or supporters or fans or family. We're being led by algorithms. We're not seeing what the actual person is saying anymore. We're not seeing what our actual family are saying anymore. We're being segregated and isolated into silos where we're not getting reality. And because it's so engaging and so entertaining, and we scroll from one thought to another, our thoughts are disjointed. We have attention deficit. We are tearing away at ethics and moral fiber because we're less and less respectful to one another, to the point we don't know when we commit atrocities. We go to dinner, we invite each other to dinner, and we're each on our devices because our attention span is so short. We don't even realize that it's ludicrous why we even decided to meet in person if we were going to each be on a device. That in itself makes no sense, but we don't know that we are losing our minds. We're losing common sense. We're losing common communication. We're losing common ground, and we're not even noticing it, to the point where we're being entertained and lulled into insanity, to the point where we're losing our rights, we're losing our privileges for the sake of temporary pleasure. And I say all that to say, Anniversary sums that up in the short time that it presents certain glimpses of times past, times present, and times future. So if you want to grab a movie, go to see a movie. I'm not into Halloween. I don't support any of that demonology, demon time, witchcraft, Satanism. I don't support any of that. That's wicked. That's evil. I don't have anything to do with that. this horror movie, it's about the horrible way we are engaging with each other, how we're treating each other, how we're being entertained and lulled into insanity and wickedness and evil simply because we don't choose good. We choose evil for the temporary pleasure. So chew that for a little while. Think on that. And check out the movie Anniversary. No, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting royalties. I'm not getting anything except for the satisfaction of knowing that we could help one another by being aware, situational awareness, being aware of the times, redeeming the times. They are evil, but we don't have to fall into the trap. There's still time enough for us to get right, get our minds right, and not be fondled by foolishness. It's not going to help you or I in the long run. It's not going to help us. It's going to kill us. And when it's upon us, we're going to say, oh, what happened? Who can help us? Jesus is the way, truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by him. In the end, those that have hope have Christ. But this message is about redeeming the times and paying attention. Don't fall for the okie doke. Don't just go for the easy button. Pay attention. Pay attention, people. All right. Be safe. I love you.